Hello, Recognition, and welcome back to Combat Mission Black Sea, where we are continuing the No Fear scenario. We're just getting ourselves ready for the final push in upon the objective Blade in Urban area, and to see if we can pick up some of these CPs in the last 23 minutes or so. Things are generally pretty good. Things I want to talk about, assuming you're vaguely caught up to speed from the previous episodes. Oh, I did go and double check what it is we are blowing up over here. These of course are BRDMs, and I'm slightly frustrated I didn't recognise them just off the top, but there you go. Having played not these variants, but certainly the BRDM ones in the kind of Cold War scenarios. These are BRDM 2s with a 14.5mm cannon. Now, interestingly, they are obviously recon vehicles, but they seem incredibly blind and aren't really firing back, which suits me fine. Now, as for the tracked vehicle we did see over there, I think it might be a BRM 3K, if I'm going as far as suggesting a variant. I didn't do any jumping into quick battles and loading in units to see what it looked like. This was purely just through kind of flicking through the manual. Essentially, that's a kind of combat recon variant of the BMP, so same kind of chassis, but much reduced armament, which is why we saw the 30mm cannon. And instead there's lots of communications and radar equipment, which did make sense because it looked like they were carrying those packages on board. I don't know why I'm pointing at trees, obviously there's nothing there, but that's where it was. So I think that's probably what that vehicle is. We will test it at the end. In terms of where our strategy, if I just grab my FO back here, we are of course waiting to call in our big howitzer strike against the objective to soften up before we push in. You can see our first spotting round is there, so hopefully we should be able to correct that relatively easily. Meanwhile, we're setting up a bit of a defensive cordon in and around this tree area, which is another one of our objectives, looking to clear out the last of the Russian defenders and push back the ones we've spotted in this building. And this has mainly fallen to the engineering teams, although we are going to support them a little bit with some of these strikers. Although I need to perhaps disengage before we push in. Although I would like you very much to get in a position to be ready to hit that house from a better angle. Yeah, maybe come up through the trees kind of this way. Good. And then we'll pop you out and you help us out. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We want to come around this way so we can come a bit head on and we're not just driving slowly through the trees and get spotted. This vehicle is kind of in the way. Okay, we'll reverse you out of the way. I'll give you a pause. I've not really thought these positions, and then we'll go from there. Our F4 we can get to jump out because we don't really need him in there. And more guns in the line is always appreciated. If we jump out here and we'll push out from there. Okay, things I want to discuss. Yes, one last piece. So we noticed how when we lost our gunner on this automatic grenade launcher, we could no longer fire it despite the fact we were carrying a spare body, which we had seen utilised elsewhere. And I think that purely comes down to position. So you can see in this little icon, it shows you where everyone is sitting. The blue dots would normally be the driver and the gunner, and then all these grey or green dots are the passengers. So I believe this machine gunner is simply sitting in the wrong place. Now we did see when we had a full one that not the gunner but someone else actually popped up to reload it at one point. So it may depend exactly which seat you're sitting in, but I think if we take our gunner out and ask them to get back in the vehicle, they will then get in a seat where they can help out and load the gun. So that's exactly what we're going to try and do. I would also like to try and push over this direction a little bit, obviously skirting the area where we're about to have a large volume of artillery fire, and I'll probably wait till it kicks off just to try and distract any defenders, but I would like to kind of push this cordon a little bit before we start to push into the town centre itself, as well as keep one eye down towards CP127. That's fine. Anything else is going on? Oh, this squad, because I reconstituted it with the one survivor from the second team, 18B team, I could then split off an actual two-man anti-tank. So we're going to jump in here, grab a couple more javelins. I think I've got 2 left. Indeed I do. And then head down to try and drop a javelin on that fine fellow. And I'm also going to probably use this squad here to be the ones to actually try and nip down and grab this control point. Otherwise we're just going to try and keep spotting things, keep shooting things, and just clear out this area. And then I'm just using my mortar and a bit of a direct fire roll to cause some problems to some units we've seen squirreling around over here. And that's about it. So I'll tell you what, we'll hit the big red button and we'll watch the first minute unfold. Maybe we'll start over here. I'm not sure if there's anything hugely exciting going on. Beyond us maybe clearing out some of these Russians at the back. Like so. I would like to bring my grenades to help clear out this building too, because we know there's Russians still on the ground floor of this one. Just say I disappoint my engineers, but I think they're shooting at this team here. Yeah, rather than this gentleman. Oh, that's not good though. Told you they're here. And we took a casualty. Right, we'll go back and check exactly what happened in a moment. Always a risk. We're fighting from a tree line. They have a building. They definitely have the advantage there. We were just hoping to kind of wait a fire in small teams. I couldn't draw any direct target arcs to, or orders I should say, to the bottom floor of that building, unfortunately. And I'm really disappointed by this showing. I know you guys are engineers, but come on. Are you really letting them both run out here? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, let's go back and watch the casualty. Oh, and it was the ones I was just trying to hunt forward a little bit. Okay, and it was the ground floor of that building. So we took out yet another person with a grenade in this building. Which is, I think 3 of them have all died to grenades. So that looks like that was potentially a full HQ team. And then there is the team in this building. Don't know if we actually got any of them. I think we just suppressed them, but it does look like they were running away. Which is good, it means it won't be a threat. We can potentially move in and have this as an advanced forward position. No doubt they'll have retreated just into some nearby buildings. But we should have an angle in to cover it once we've cleared out them. We did get a ping of a vehicle back here. And so what I would like to do is once the shells start falling is move our drone over here to support. Well, that's a shame we took another casualty. An even bigger shame we didn't manage to hit anything at all. Well, that might be good enough for a call-in. Okay, well, we'll quickly check. 2 quickies. What happens over here, because I don't think there was much going on. I did issue a target arc to our Stryker here, just so we didn't waste the last of his ammo, because this HQ team is just on the far side of this hill. That looks like some Russian artillery, probably. Don't know if this is actually effective. I wasn't sure if he had line of sight. Yeah, it's not too bad. Probably make him question his life decisions, if not inflicting casualties. And that Stryker is immobilized, so it's not doing anything else. Okay. Apart from that, seems all quiet in the Western Front. I'm still sorry we didn't inflict a casualty on that 2-man squad running away across the open there. Yeah, definitely looks like artillery. Not sure who's calling it in or what they're shooting at. Could be a FO from over here potentially calling in against this target, which there's not a lot I'm going to do about if that is the case. Okay, let's grab ourselves some javelins, please. Just 1? Can we not take 2? Can we not take 2? Oh, you have 2. Oh, you automatically acquired 1 because you had a launcher and no ammo. That's sensible. Oh, I'd actually pushed over here. I changed my plan. I actually would like you to get in this Stryker. And now, I believe you can see that BDM quite happily. So let's just have you gents. I'm not sure if there's any real threat, but we'll not go too far dashing into trouble. We'll join up with them. Yeah, meanwhile we'll just hold position there. That's fine, well, good. You're getting ready to push across the bridge with some more reinforcements, which I might hold until this bombardment gets underway, just so we don't have too many forces in and around this area. Yeah, you guys should all definitely keep shooting. No, not got a target. Oh, we've all got targets, and I'm all quite happy for you to engage said targets. And I would like to bring up a little bit of support via this automatic grenade launcher. Although perhaps it's no longer required given we've taken out... I think we've taken out everyone's house. I don't know. I'll probably... Do you know what? Let's not be over, cautious, and we'll give it another round just in case. Oh, I should do a briefly order actually, so I don't waste too much ammo. But yeah, just 30 seconds is absolutely fine. We're going to order you back in, and hopefully you'll pick up a seat. It'll be useful. And then yeah, we're probably going to wait until this squad is eliminated, or at least the one we can see is eliminated, or we then push this squad forward, and maybe we'll do some suppressive fire. I can get you to come forward just a little bit, and then we'll push out into open. I'm not really looking to maraud through this urban area too much, just want to protect our objectives. Stop the Russians pushing in. Alright, let's just... Yeah, we'll hit red button. We can stay alive for this one. See if we get any kills. Yay, we got one. Given how hard we had to work for it, I'm going to go back and watch it straight away. It's his own fault for jumping over the wall several times. There we go. Oh, they have appeared in the building again. Now we should have, hopefully, overwhelming firepower from lots of small groups. Seems to be the way of it. Sounds like our helicopter's on scene as well. I'll probably direct some grenades at this at the end of the next minute. Because they are very effective for smacking into buildings. You can see the Russian artillery is definitely nailing that spot. And you guys now engaging him. Okay. Oh, did get hit. Okay. Yeah. This Stryker is immobilized, so really there's not a lot we can do about that. Just a flesh wound. So did you get penetrated by something? Or is this just bad timing and you're actually out changing the weapon? You are out with the weapon. Is this... Oh, this is not a remote weapon system version. Okay. So that is quite dangerous. We might pull you back in. Oh. Okay, you should be able to about ready to pop a round off. Everyone else is slowly moving forward. Excellent. Cool. Right. Actually going to have you come up in this direction before coming out, because we can see from here. We used to anyway. Who's got eyes on this HQ then? Oh, okay. I'm not convinced how exactly, but I'll take your word for it. In which case, probably I'm okay with actually popping our sniper out the back here and seeing if we get any more eyes on in this direction. Let's check now. Seems to have got into the same position. And no, we cannot use your gun. Okay. Well, it was a nice theory, Requin. Don't know why it's not working. It may, is it because he's got his equipment? I don't know. I don't know. There's a level of detail I'm not aware of. You are going to stop that. And you're going to absolutely wreck that building. You guys are shooting, you guys are shooting, you guys are shooting at them, which is something I'm very happy about. And I would actually like to bring some additional support around just to make sure we're clearing out this target. Because at some point I'm going to have to send a team marauding through this woods here, probably the 3-man team here, just to clear it out because they're on the very edge of our objective. And we cannot be having that. Okay, I think we're kind of holding our position for just now. You actually actively calling in yet? That's the wrong one, as ever. Still spotting. That's very frustrating. And you had been calling in the helicopters, and they are preparing. There may not be much left from shooting here, but we'll get involved and see what happens anyway. Alright, let's go for one more minute. We can watch. Well, it's going to be the javelin's going to be the most exciting thing, I think. Let's start there. Although it's a... Do you know what? Is this the greatest line? I'm worried they're going to hit a tree. I'm going to bring you down to this position instead, and then you can have at them, which means you may not launch this minute by the time you walk there and settle down, take aim, all that stuff. So let's start up here. Find a good position. Yeah, let's go with this house. I think this is gonna... I wonder, we might even take the frame off. Right. So it's a bit... I've tunneled in a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot of unpleasantness. And at least one death. Okay, good. Yeah, those grenades super useful. I might have to redirect some of this artillery. I'm not convinced that we're still firing at units that's there. Oh, looks like they're making a break for it. And as soon as they run, they've been spotted. And taken out. Beautiful. Okay, so that should be the last Russian in this objective. We're going to have to go back a bit because something is kicking off behind us. Might be helicopters and... Oh, hello. A great spot from someone here. Let's try not to spoil anything else going on. We've got a manpad team here. Good long range engagement by our actual our proper infantry getting the job done. Right, let's call it back. Let's see what's going. Fire for effect got called, which is good. Oh. Yeah, having a bad day. Should make sure he's closed up if he's not already. Oh, that may be the end of that barrage. There's comes in our 155, excellent. It's not probably been that effective in terms of kills, but it's just we're trying to suppress, degrade, shake, so when we do push in, the less convinced to fight. Oh! Okay, that's our helicopters. I've spotted something. So I'm guessing there were Russians in that wood. Excellent. Who's having a go at him? Okay, no anti-tank aiming. Cool. Alright, I'm pretty happy where things are. I think we're probably gonna... How much ammo have we got? Oh, I've only got 2 ammo left. Right, well, we're not doing anything else more with you, unfortunately. We'll just pull you out of the line. And then the question is, do I actually want to push any of these buildings? The answer is maybe not. Maybe I just hold this tree line and then push my forces in there and just leave whoever's here hanging out, essentially. If they show their heads, we shoot it off. At least until I get another unit over with probably more grenades. Right, let's push you forward. You're going to be part of this squad who's probably going to take a position. Let's work out how far the extent of our barrage is, so we don't shoot ourselves in the face. So this is the UAV, and then this is the barrage. And So yeah, we shoot. Well, it's quite. We could potentially hurt ourselves, but let's. I think we want to take up a position here because ideally, I think this is a good building to try and secure as a bit of line of sight into the rest of the village. So we want to start by taking a position in these trees, and also gives line of sight down here as well. Okay. So let's start by just getting you over the road, which is a little bit dangerous. There could definitely be units here waiting to give me a bad day. And let's get this squad out into the woods ASAP, and then we'll split you up and we'll start scouting about. And then we'll follow up with another squad and we'll try and push the whole platoon in. To have a little bit of strength and depth. Good. We'll hold the line there, and we're about to javelin stuff. So we'll stay around for the javelin, because why not? Now you don't seem to be seeing very much. Let's see if I can hunt you all the way down to here. And yeah, let's watch you. Sorry, one last thing. We need to get you all the way over here so you're ready to head over the bridge and come back down this direction. I'm going to clear your target and make sure you're not opened up. Cool. Actually, I think you might be out of ammo. Yes, you are. Okay, good job. You fired everything you could. Just button up, keep your heads down, we'll get you to the end. Alright. Good to go. Whenever you're ready. Now we're not a great success on the old javelins, but this was perfect. Up it goes, and down it comes. Perfect. So we think there's 1, 2, 3 dead BRDMs there. And we've got, hang on, an HQ team. And maybe the sole survivor from back here actually has now gone into that building. It's a shame I didn't have more grenades, but c'est la vie. And I'm keen to see if these helicopters attack anything else. Indeed they are. Okay, this is good. Don't know what they're attacking, but I'm happy they're attacking something. Oh, I never... happens to never change that mortar order. I'll fix that next time. I'm keen to see who you picked off as you went across the bridge. So we had been kind of... oh, it is the RPG team. This is the one we had been targeting the mortars, but it looks like they've come forward slightly. Good spotting off our gunner there. Yeah, I think he can probably stop. Yeah, and absolutely nails him. Drive-by over the bridge. Perfect. I don't want to run out of all your ammo. Okay, things are in a pretty good place. So what I'll probably do is, before I change orders, put a bit of a cut here in because we're going to really just be holding this position until this barrage finishes. I don't think there's any other juicy targets here for my javelin, but we'll keep them there just in case. And then we're going to push this Stryker round and then start kind of coming through these positions because we've cleared out essentially all of this. I'll probably bring them right along this riverbank because we know these areas are free apart from that HQ team. And again, we'll hold position here. I do have quite a lot of forces here, so given that we've established superiority, I might take some of these engineers to assist in the push on the town itself, especially in clearing out the northern, I don't even know what's north, I just said north, this corner of the objective. Okay, so let me advance time, and as ever if something spectacular happens, I'll bring you guys back. Alright, we're a few minutes down the road, I think 3 or so. Things are generally going in our favour. I think we've taken 1 casualty while you've been away from this squad here. Or actually, maybe it was just a flesh wound. I thought it was a casualty. We could have medicated him. And that was through one of the retreating soldiers we made his building has got a marksman's rifle and is causing us a few problems despite the frequent use of grenades. So that has kind of tipped my hand to say, actually, I'm going to try and push across here. And I'm attempting to lay out a little bit of a smoke trail with these engineers to get more to the building. The Russians did pop up in the 3rd story last turn, and as you can see, we promptly took care of them. Quite pleased by how that went down. And so hopefully we can get across unopposed. I've re-put Task Drone over here, trying to get eyes on that, whatever it was, combat version of the BMP, which I think is sitting here, but I haven't seen it. But we did spot this Tiger, and I was just going to call down our 120mm mortars when I got told they were knocked out, and I was slightly confused. I came over and I find they have indeed. Looks like they've taken a shot. It's just actually seems to have just hit their equipment. I'm not entirely sure what happened here. I unfortunately missed the live action play, and it was only when I'd hit the end turn did I see what happened. I suspect as we have moved around, because I was bringing them forward, I don't know if they strayed into the line of sight from that vehicle, or if I know there's a couple of infantry in here which I had been tasking with direct fire. Whether they've just managed to hit them with a lucky grenade, I'm not sure. So apologies for missing that for first case. But we are a bit of out info. The helicopters dumped a whole bunch of ordnance over this way. I don't know who or what they were shooting at, if anyone, including hitting this truck. It was BRDM a couple of times, even though it was already knocked out. So it looks like the Javelin definitely did its job, but it was followed up slightly by the helicopters. So I have currently tasked the helicopters to come over here, just dump their armaments on wherever they can find. They're 8 minutes out, so it's going to be pretty close to the bone. Our 155s have 22 minutes of firing left, so at some point we're just going to have to call ceasefire. So I think I'll probably let it run for like 5 more minutes of this bombardment, then call the ceasefire. Obviously that'll take a minute or so to take effect, and then we can kind of push in with infantry. Either that, or I might even, if we're going to do that, bring the drone back over and adjust the target so we're hitting maybe the back end of the town as we try and take these first buildings. Something of that ilk, we'll see. I mean, we could find there's actually no Russians in the air we're hitting, and they're all defending the edges. Who knows? But that's us all caught up. So let's go for a live. We'll see if we can make this work. It's a little bit of a risky, dangerous side. We'll see how it goes. Right, a couple of timing, a couple of pots of smokes. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I'm not even sure who you were shooting at there. We've still got fire bases out here. Should anyone rear their heads, but you're not concerned for these troops, but you are concerned just for our squad over here, despite the large volume of grenades and things we're throwing at you. Yeah, you got a little bit ahead of that smoke position there. I'm hoping this gives us a corridor all the way in. We'll push forward with 3 teams engineers, blast that bottom story out, and we'll take control of this building, which may expose us to fire from units behind, but we have to go and examine what all that stuff's about. Yeah, having the Russians' ability to just keep popping into this building and have the defensive advantage made me pretty uncomfortable. Right. I heard pops and whirs and bangs, none of which I was expecting, so it's probably bad news. We're repositioning almost all our forces. And we're bringing them down again just to kind of push into this side, grab the touch points. I don't think there's much of a Russian presence back here, but there may be a few odds and ends. Oh. We have found something. Which, flat roof, what are you going to be? Just a Russian squad? On that building. Oh, at least he's got sniper rifle or marksman's rifle anyway. Oh no, it doesn't. I stand corrected. Trick of the old eye. Okay, so we should have, if it's just a small team, we should have firepower advantage, but we'll keep an eye out for the flashy icons. I've not exposed any strikers, so we don't have any striker support. That looked like a good grenade, although he's still there, fighting strong. I still don't know what that sound is. Okay. Oh, did we get to the end? Yes, we did. Okay, good job, team. Probably a pop of a grenade. No, just some good old rifle fire. Okay, excellent. This is the building I want to take, to be perfectly honest. Which probably means I want some engineers over to give us some rear access. So once these three make it in, I think this squad is going to reposition themselves. Pretty happy with what's going on in this general direction. Let's get you up to... My only concern is if that vehicle is sitting... Where did we think it was? In here. It's just what vision it has. Now, it's not... It's pretty... If it's sitting there, it's a terrible spot. I can't see anything. Which is good, but I'm always worried about just cutting across its line of sight and getting brutally hosed down. But either way, we're going to attempt... Yeah, I'd rather do it from this position if we can. Blast into level 1 of that building, if and you please. Let's push these guys out to support. By the time you get there, they should be in the building. And we'll push another team next turn. Good. So I think I'm happy enough pulling you out. And I would like to set up a general purpose machine gun in this building if we could. Am I going to do that now? Yeah, I want you there quite early because you take a while to get settled. Which means you are ready to move out and be useful. I'm going to pop you in the Stryker because they have used all their ammo, so they're not doing much else for us. We'll reposition you over to support, eventually support this effort. And what I think I'm going to do is prepare this Stryker, if he still has smoke and the capacity to pop smoke. Smoke launchers, yes. Smoke grenades? Yeah, I think so. Let's have a quick pause so you get out of some people's way. And I'm going to bring you over this into this gap. And what we're going to do is have you come forward, pop your smoke, and then we'll send the engineers to burst through the wall, and then we'll send our troops in to boldly and bravely. I need to do that, else you'll drive away before these gents get in. Storm that building, and that's going to be our first position, which will then move to unlock the rest of that area. Good. I need you to join the squads over here. You can just tuck yourself in the back though, and we'll get your troops out. Good. They're sitting there just waiting. Essentially, I'm going to push them into the town as and when we get contact, and everything else seems to be going okay. Right, we'll stick around for maybe just this final attack into this building. Stay in the smoke, gents. Oh, that's not good. I wonder if that's Russian artillery. Which makes sense, we have been in this position for a while, although we are moving out of it, so maybe not the end of the world. Okay, get there. No, I was going to say, potentially we could have walked through these doors. Because I didn't... I don't know why. I just did not think these buildings were connected. So we're about to unnecessarily blow a hole in the building, of the wall of the building. Okay. But they've made it, no one's shot at them, which means everyone else should make it across okay. Well, they feel good though, so they got to use their charges. Yeah, looks like Russian shells coming in, so we just have to watch ourselves. Don't hang about. Oh, you gents have spotted... There she is. Hello. So... yeah, it's not doing very much, so it's not really a threat. And we do have helicopters on the way, so I'm not going to I'm not going to worry about calling in artillery. But I'm probably keeping my eyes on this guy's here. The other thing we could do, and will do, is set up a javelin team up in this story, looking this direction. So if he moves out of this position, we can pop a hole. We do have a javelin team here. Sorry, here. We have a javelin team here as well. Do you guys have a javelin? No. You don't have a javelin launcher, I don't think. Javelin, no. Well, javelin, but no launcher. So I may pull out this team. We've got one in a forward position watching this road, and then we'll have one up here watching this side. I think that's an okay way of doing things. I'm slightly tempted to drop out my sniper or something in this position just to take care of the infantry we see crawling around over here. Yeah, let's do that, why not? Anything else I need to worry about in a minute? No, we're okay, right. Pull you up there. Let's get you to jump out. You can stop us worrying about this, and then we'll move everyone else on. Yeah, now this is where it gets a little bit sketchy. And the question is how well we've cleared out here. Now, I'm pretty happy there's no one on this side of the hill, but there could be remnants in here. Albeit, we did drop lots of helicopter munitions on them as well. I'm going to bring the Stryker all the way around to this position, and then we're going to get the troops out. And we'll advance on foot. In fact, just dive into these foxholes, and we'll go from there. You never know. All it takes is one plucky Russian with an RPG to give you a really, really bad day. My engineers are going to come round here. I'm moving in position, and then it's a question of when we want to push. I said 10-minute mark. I still hold by that. I think that's ample time. And then we'll get everyone into position here. Let's go level 1 and then up to level 2, because otherwise you will do silly things like walk around the building. Up to level 3 and then set yourself up. Now, I don't know what this is. Oh, well, I'm probably about to find out. What are you guys doing? Did you not blast? You blasted a hole through a wall? Yeah, very happily. And then you ran around the building to get in. Holy moly. Okay. Javelin team who is not feeling great about themselves. You've got 1 or 2 javelins. One, right. Your job is to come over here, jump in there, grab a javelin, and I think I'm probably going to push a Stryker forward as well. Okay. Good. Okay, right, I'm going to put a little bit of a cut in here. And I think we're just going to hold this position for a couple of minutes. I mean, I'll hit the red button while I'm talking about it, but I may not stick around for the full minute. Slightly waiting for these guys to get cut down by something. Didn't happen. Excellent. Yeah, and again, we'll cancel on the 11-minute mark. So on the 10 minutes, we're going to push in. Helicopters due on the 8-minute mark. Okay. Otherwise, things seem to be going fairly according to plan. Oh, hello. You look like someone the helicopter was shooting at. And you're running away as well. I can applaud both those things. Oh, hang on. We've got some contact. How are you still alive? Please say we can finish you now. Short range, lots of automatic rifles. I know he is in a building. Oh, you're on the balcony. Balconies are the worst. What are you doing? Like recipes for death. Yeah, I didn't mean to keep you around for that whole minute. Alright, I'm going to put a cut in here. I will be back. If I suspect we will hopefully take him out. If he inflicts casualties or some other terrible thing happens, I'll come back and tell you about it. Okay, next couple of minutes done without incident. Our Russian friend in this building actually ended up surrendering, so I had to send a team of engineers in to collect his papers. And I've actually noticed a few of the guys are running a bit low on ammunition. In fact, these dudes are completely spent. We've got one bullet left, so I'm popping them in the Stryker to get some more ammo. Apart from that, things are fairly steady. See, I've nipped forward my Stryker last minute and popped the first bit of smoke. Following up the second Stryker, going to pop more smoke as my engineers blast their way through. In fact, do you have a... Yeah, that's fine. Then we're going to storm this building. We did see the second, or a second man, may not be the only people, but we saw another Russian on the roof, took care of him, which is nice to see. And apart from that, we've not seen much of anything else. So I've just called the ceasefire, so it's going to fall for the next minute, but we're just on the edge, so I'm fairly happy. And we got this touch point. Oh yeah, I did mention we're hunting through this wood here, and we did find one of the remaining HQ team that had been running away. He continued to run away, but I suspect we'll bump into him next minute as well. So it's something to keep an eye on. Oh, and I never followed up on how my sniper did. Well, that's a new dead body, so I guess you got your man. There's still one chap in here, but he doesn't have an RPG, because that's the RPG there, but he was from his... Oh, no, he's here. Oh, okay. Good job, sniper. I really should have been watching that. Okay, let's go watch our storming of the building, because I think that's vaguely interesting. Nothing much else is going on. Russians haven't moved up here. We haven't had any further contacts after occupying this building, and helicopters a few ways out. I did contemplate moving the artillery barrage onto this one, not targeted, just generic, but I decided against it. Perhaps we'll use it elsewhere, maybe call it down in towards some of the other touch points. More smoke out. I can hear some small arms fire. We'll go check that in a minute. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to see, but pretty happy how this is going. Pop through a wall, and then we should get a team in the building, and a general purpose machine gun on the roof. And that's going to be our base for advancing. Okay. Somewhat unexciting, but in a satisfying way. We saw also there's one of the drivers running around over here, so occasionally we've taken shots at him. Now, just how far are you running? And do we see you? Oh. Interestingly, oh, there he is there. Can you get him? Because I hate keep chasing him. Hey, good. Excellent. That's the last known contact in this whole area. We should allow us to push in the objective. It's in this road junction, I think. Yeah, this is just a poor driver, gunner, one of the crews not having a good day, and it got even worse. Yeah, oh, that's all the way back there. So that touch point is fine, and then it's a question of, do I want to push for this one? And I don't know, because we don't have a huge amount of strength here. It won't take many Russian defenders to cause us problems, but it would be nice to get a clean sweep, so... yeah, a few torn things, but that went really well. So you guys, I'll pause you for however many seconds, 30 seconds, probably too many, see 20. And then you're gonna get into, where's the door? Where's the door? Oh, let's go inside and have a look. Is it just that side of the building? That doesn't fill me full of joy. I mean, we could just blast in the back side of the building as well. You know what, let's do that. We'll keep you guys there. You're going to blast through. You're going to end up slightly exposed in a minute or two. Which may not be a problem because I'm not sure as much you're exposed to. But at the same time, I think I'm probably just going to put you back. Let's save for 11, sorry, and we'll get you guys loaded up, ready to springboard forward. Okay. Yeah, you guys are coming in for CP127. I need to decide what to do with you. I will edge you out this way, and yeah, I think we want to try and move over here. Eyes in the skies. Part of me wants to keep you where you are, just so I can watch for the carnage unfolds for the helicopter, but I think I'm going to have to accept I'm not getting to get to watch that. I'm not so worried. We had eyes in the skies over here for a long time and saw very little. So let's perhaps move ourselves to a better area where we could potentially throw a bit more ordnance. Let's do this. I go observe immediately. Take 2 minutes to get there, so I'll be at my 8-minute mark, and then I think I'm going to throw over the rest of my 155s. Maybe in this little area, just to, like, especially if this building looks pretty dodgy, I'd like to hammer that. And again, we can have maybe this team head around here and just maybe sneak in, see if we can get the touch points. You don't always defend them. Do I want you to load up? Yeah, there's not much point in you hanging out. Good. Okay, yeah, why not? We'll stay for the... I was going to say stay for the glorious blasting through walls, but you're not going to be able to see anything.
Roger, we have ID on your body. We have eyes on you. We're here if you need us.
You're shooting at something. Not sure what. Not sure what that was either. Okay, very much not much happening, so I'm going to put a cut in. And I'll probably bring you back next time we see anyone or anything, or if our helicopters turn up and do large explosions, because they're always fun to watch. Alright, I'll see them. Okay, so I've made it all the way down to sub 7 minutes, and things have been really quiet actually. Not, you know, not spotted anything, or eyes in the skies, not really spotting anything. We're about to pick up this second touch point. I was starting to push the team in here, using smoke to move. I've got a striker hopefully winging their way in here, but to pop some more smoke and help us make a dash for the church building. And then I was starting to use the engineers just to try and clear in towards the edge of this objective, just as another point of entry. Just always watching the time, and we got our first little contact, which could be interesting how this goes out. It looks like they actually managed to get the first shot off, unfortunately. So this could be a whole squad here. So it could go not ideally for my engineers. We'll find out in a minute. Helicopters are buzzing around. They have talked about making attack runs. I haven't seen anything yet. But again, we'll see what happens. Fire back. Don't look. They're... Oh. Okay. Good start, actually. Ah. You've been causing us problems. Okay, it was a mortar team. And you've now surrendered. Oh, and there's some more Russians. Oh, actually, this is very good timing since we've got helicopters bombing around. Yes, please do take care of them. And thankfully, I'm quite happy I've got some other engineers on the way to support. And I'm going to look at that big pillar of smoke in a moment. Did that go the way we wanted it to? It did indeed. Okay. So good little clear out of this corner. And I've got some. I've really stripped what's in the objective saddle. Put a squad in this striker with a view to bring them forward as well. Just again, take some position of these buildings along this edge. Right. Let's go back and see what's happening over here. As something got blown up, and I really hope it's this. I'm going to say it is that. Okay, nice and helicopters. Disappointing we don't get to see it. That's the only thing about having moved the drone off. But yeah, that is one dead BRM, I think it was. Presumably they're going to have a go at this Tiger as well. Which really strengthens our saddle position, because now we don't have to worry about any threats from this side. Or maybe not. Thought I heard some fire. Ah, there we go. Yeah, these things don't stand up to much punching, so I'm going to say that's a dead tiger. Well, I think well, no, I'll keep watching the same minute. We're going to scoot back, see if we do get touch point. I didn't notice it come in, but I could have been very distracted by what else was going on. There it is there. Cool. 2 down. I think we are going to make a play for the third one. Well, we'll let once our eyes in the skies get going. Not sure what that was. Yeah, well, at least try and scout it out. Oh, I did want to mention, we found that the driver that we killed was actually from this BRDM, which was not one we had seen before, but our helicopter, so you can see, had taken care of. So that's a surprisingly good use of air power in this one. I often find it's not that effective, but so far I'm pretty happy with the kills that it's made. Excellent. Okay, right, this has gone quite a long time. We've got 6 minutes left on the clock, so we should be able to come back next time and finish it up. Who knows what many Russian forces are left. There's probably a few more small teams dotted about. We will have to move in and clear it. I feel okay for the time, especially, you know, we should take this by the end of kind of a minute for these guys to get in. And yeah, so by 4 minutes to go, we should have the church. And hopefully we'll have identified any last bits and pieces of resistance. Meanwhile, I'm going to push this Stryker around with, maybe see if we can't nab it on foot. We'll see. We'll see. Let's not get too for the hubris. Anyway, that's going to call it for a day. I hope you did enjoy it. Thanks as ever for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Cheerio. Never mind. I just hit the red button to end the turn and save it, and they surrendered. So there isn't going to be the next one. We're going to call it there. Which means this video is going to be a little on the long side as we do a little bit of a view of the map. Anyway, that's excellent. I think this is the first surrender we've had on the Charge of Stryker Brigade campaign, and it did feel like it went very well. And you can tell it went very well because I got the bonus for friendly casualties, and I never get the bonus for friendly casualties because I'm an absolute butcher. Although, oh no, I think we automatically get that when we surrender. But he said, I still think we didn't lose 20% of our forces. If I can find out. I lost, oh, actually it's really close. 26 men. 100 out of 100 and, what's that? 31? So 131, 20% of that would be 26.2 men. And I lost 26, so I came up just through the skin of my teeth. I would below the 20% mark by my calculation. Saw it. I'm gonna take it for a win. Right, let's review the map. So what we did not have anything down here. So all that was left was lone Ilga, who clearly was ineffectual. We did have there was a sniper in here, which could have caused us a little bit of problems. My plan for taking this had been this Stryker, who was having a bit of a tough time, was going to come in, pop smoke, undercover smoke, we were going to storm the church. So definitely could have lost someone in that close range, but probably would have been okay. And a very dangerous RPG team here. Actually, no, I think it would have been okay. As we say, I could have lost the Stryker, but no, I think it would have been alright there. That's good. Out here, okay, 1 HQ, 1 dead, BRM 3K. It was indeed. It's nice when it gets right. 4 victory, 4 casualties. And this thing was not quite dead, but it had been chewed apart. In fact, their guys are both still alive, so fortunate. Okay, you didn't hurt anyone. 6 casualties there. That's quite nice. 5 for this team. Surprisingly effective. 5 for you, just 1 for you guys. How did my engineers get on? Couple each. And 3 in surrender. That's all very respectable. Nothing, no huge numbers, but nothing, nothing lackluster. Oh, how did my other FO do? Which one was it? Actually, it was just you. Yeah, so I think this, I feel like this barrage here was pretty ineffectual, partly because like we don't have many troops in here. But that's okay. It did the job I needed it to do. And then, so who called in the first one? Ah, here we go. So you called in a strike, which took that BRDM out. Okay. Tigers, BRDMs. This team, 2 BRDMs, 16 enemy casualties. Wow, you guys had an absolute stormer. So that does include, presumably, the javelin element of your team as well. I mean, it should. These guys definitely took out the BRDM. But yeah, these guys get the kind of hero mark. You guys are pretty useless. Oh, Sniper Man. 4 enemy casualties. Respectable. Okay. That was pretty successful. Really pleased by how that went down, actually. You know, a few casualties here and there, but generally acceptable numbers. I felt a lot more comfortable advancing using smoke, which I often forget to do. I think that worked out really well. The helicopter's really effective in this one. Oh, maybe it wasn't quite as much as I felt, but yeah, certainly knocked out a vehicle back here. Got the kills up here. I'm sure they took out some infantry in amongst here. I don't know. I'm going to call it was effective. Either way, really pleased by how that worked out, and yeah, excited to keep going with the old Stryker campaign. Sorry, I got distracted. I want to see how these immobilized guys go. 9, that was good. Even after they got stuck in place. Excellent. Okay, let's wrap things up there. And I mean it for reals this time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking this a slightly longer one. And yeah, we'll come back next time with the next one. I'll see you then. Cheerio.